Deleted from Facebook, can employers still see them? No, they can't. Once it's deleted, but like I said, once it's shared, if they really want to get into detail, they can find it through correlations, because don't forget, Facebook's such an open network that realistically, if they want to spend 15 minutes and look through your friends, and what they'll do is, and my brother told me about this, they will look at your top kind of friends that you seem to interact with that are on your Facebook, and they'll go to their profiles to see if there's anything that was shared of yours. So while they might not dig really deep, they can easily just look at, just by looking at your wall, who interacts with you the most, click on their profile and go to their profile for 2 minutes and dig through. So it's just simple enough. So yeah, once it's deleted, you have a really good chance of it not being seen anywhere. But alright, so how important is the use of social media while searching for a job? This is going to be number one. This is the one I really want you to focus on more so than anything else. And anything else besides this one is kind of ancillary, but just protect yourself, okay? This is the one I would want you to concentrate on to build your career and such like that. And Twitter to a little lesser degree, because that one's really good for people to get involved in and such like that. SlideShare, like I said, I do recommend you set up a SlideShare account, only because it now houses things that you've worked on. But yeah, I mean, it's vitally important to be involved in the social. I mean, the world is going very social.
Phil, I have a quick question.
Yep.
Let's say you have an interview set for 2 o'clock this afternoon, or even a week from now. Should you connect with that person that's interviewing you on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. I would definitely request a connection if you can.
Before?
Yeah, even before, absolutely. Because it also shows that you're interested in learning more. The other thing is, find out if they have a company page. Because we didn't even get into company pages, we've been talking about individual profiles, but a lot of companies also have a company page. We have a company page, and you go follow a company page. Now, again, what happens is when you go sit down on that interview, especially if you at least try to connect with them, but read their LinkedIn profile, look at the groups they're in. Here's your chance to vet them out. If you think about the tables turning a little bit, and employers always vetting you out, turn the tables on them. Look at their LinkedIn profile. Look at what that person is about. Look at some of the groups they're in. Because all this stuff is easily accessible. So if you're going to sit down for an interview with John Smith of XYZ company, go to his LinkedIn profile. Look at the groups he's involved in. If you can spend 5 minutes clicking on a group and seeing what he's said in there, find the company page, okay, and look at that company. The great thing is when you actually sit down for that interview, you kind of have a good idea who the person is. So you might have a better chance of being able to speak to him on his kind of level or her level. And you can also say, hey, I love the things you guys tweet out, or I love that, I happen to see what you wrote in a group, and that was really great. It's conversation starters, okay?
And make sure when you do connect with that person on LinkedIn, you personalize.
Yes.
Bill reminds us of that all the time, and I'm very bad with that when I'm rushing or I'm doing it on my phone. So make sure you personalize it.
Yeah.
What would be a good personalization prior to an interview?
An interview, man, I'd have to sit and think of that one, but probably I'm looking forward to, I'd love to connect, and I'm looking forward to sitting down and speaking to you about the opportunity that's presented, blah, blah, blah.
So
personalized, short and sweet. But Jennifer hit it right on the head. When you ask for a connection, and I probably should have brought that up, never ever leave that default message on there. When I see that, I'll connect with you, but I'm probably not going to expect to ever hear from you again on LinkedIn. And a lot of times I'll just refuse it, because if you're not going to take 2 seconds to connect with me and tell me why we need to connect, I'm probably not going to connect with you. And by the default thing, it just says, I'd love to add you to my network on LinkedIn, and it has a little dash and it says William DeRosa. Customize that. Tell them why you want to connect. Things like that. Personalize it, and that is huge.